Renieuw is all about the transformation through the renewal of the mind. Hello everybody, my name is Yanni, and today we're going to talk about making tough decisions. What do you do when the going gets tough? Just to take you a step back in making decisions and just to get you into the moment. Have you ever been in one of those situations where you just feel like you're in a room and you're going from back to front to back, and you just can't find the door? It's like you can't find the entrance. It's like you're stuck in a maze. Or you see there's a door, but you're still trying to find the key to get out of this door. When we're faced with making difficult decisions, this often happens in our thinking process, in the thought process, as we start weighing up different scenarios and different circumstances and different results prior to making a decision, which can cause us to feel so overwhelmed that we have difficulty making the actual decision in the moment that we need to decide which way we want to go, or which option we want to go with, or which road to take when we're driving. So effectively is we confuse ourselves with all of the possibilities, that we actually lose perspective of what we intend to do and where we intend to end up by making the choice, by making the decision. This is especially more difficult when it comes to high pressure, high stressing environments and situations, which we often find in the workplace. We've got strict deadlines, and it seems like everybody on that single point wants something from you, and you end up redoing some of the work that your trainees have done. And at that single point in time, it just feels like everything wants to happen at once, and you're finding it difficult to prioritize what is important, what to decide, and which way to go, how to make sense of all of this. So if you're ever in these situations where you feel overwhelmed and like you're getting squeezed into a smaller and smaller room, I want to encourage you to try this and just take a moment and see if you can do this with me. So what you do when you feel so overwhelmed is you take a step back, or step out of a room, or go outside, or sit somewhere in a quiet place, and you just sit down. You take a couple of deep breaths, going in through your nose, out through your mouth. For 10 seconds, you do this. For 10 counts, you just do that. Just get yourself in a relaxed state. And then when you do this, you start feeling that, okay, you're calm. And in this moment, I want you to forget about everything that you're currently feeling, and the overwhelmness and that rushness that you're feeling. Just forget about it for a second. Just take a couple of deep breaths and slow out. In this state of calmness and relaxing, you will start feeling that, okay, I feel a little bit calmer. So what next? What is the first step that you take? What I normally do in these situations is I ask myself, all right, what is this that I'm facing at the moment? Why am I feeling so overwhelmed? I ask myself that question, and then I start answering myself, which is natural. You start naming all of these things again that's making you feeling overwhelmed. All right, and then you start saying, all right, what needs my immediate attention right now? What is the from all of these elements that I need to do now, what is the one thing, what is the things on this list that needs my attention right now? All right, so you can start with those ones and you move them aside. All right, then you go to the items that are left and you look at them from a perspective, all right, which of these items can I send to someone else to do, or send to someone else to fix their mistakes or to redo? So that you can ease the tension of your decisions. And those will then be moved aside. Then there's another portion to this list that we often forget is there's a bunch of stuff that we put into our minds on a daily basis. What to eat, what to drink, what to wear. The kids need to be picked up from school. I need to buy milk. There's no more milk at home. These things are daily errands that we face with on a regular basis. On a daily basis, you'll have them. I want to encourage you to put those onto a to-do list of sorts, or a shopping list, or whatever the case may be. Put that on a list. So you know it's there, but you forget about it for this point in time. You just put that aside. We're not going to move it out as a priority, but we're going to shift them out. Okay, now you've got 3 divisions. 1, which you need to do, which is an urgent bundle. 2, which is something that you can send to someone else or follow up with someone else to do. And 3 is your errands, your daily requirements that you need to do. Those can be slotted in between, which we'll get back to at the later stage. So going back to these priorities, then we say break them down. We take them task by task, and you say, all right, what is the most important in this specific situation? What do I need to do first? So effectively what I want you to do is, instead of aiming for those apples on the top of the tree, go for the low-hanging fruit first. Look at the ones that are achievable first. And to lessen the load for you is break down these big goals and objectives into smaller portions, which is achievable, and it will help ease the tension if you break down and achieve these goals on a regular basis instead of aiming for that one big deadline and making that your main goal. I would say put some milestones in between to make the goals more achievable. So what you'll see happening in this process is, by breaking it down into smaller milestones, you start making it more achievable. When something becomes achievable, our mood shifts from being negative to becoming positive, because it's effectively we can start seeing a light in the end of the tunnel. So it makes it easier to handle these big decisions. And please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to postpone stuff and to start procrastinating and to shift things out. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying is, let's structure our time a little bit better so we don't feel so overwhelmed and get the feeling that everything is being dumped on me at once. Doing this simple exercise of breaking it down into smaller pieces, 3 main categories, and then taking the big ticket items and doing that in smaller milestones will help you get the bigger picture much easier. You're breaking it down into chewable bits, which you can easily swallow. And effectively, what you're doing is you're releasing tension by just structuring and organizing your priorities so that you can spend time on what is important first, instead of trying to keep everything afloat at once. And this is the important part here, is we need to stay reminded. Remember that time is the only thing we cannot purchase. It's the only thing that we cannot replace. So we need to spend our time wisely. And we do that by prioritizing tasks and to-dos and dates and meetings according to a specific structure. So effectively, we start managing our own time before other people manage it for us. If you start prioritizing these things and breaking it down into smaller chunks, you'll really start feeling breathing room, as you'll see, yes, okay, I found the keys to this door that's closed, or oh goodness, there's the opening. You'll start seeing this happening by just taking a step back and just relaxing. The same principle can be applied when you're in a tough conversation with someone. When you hit a conflict situation and you feel like there's just no way forward, I would want to encourage you just to take a step back, take a couple of deep breaths, and just start with the basics first. Go to the root cause of what caused the conflict in the first place. And usually you'll see that there's a misunderstanding somewhere, because party A thought about it one way and party B thought about it the other way. So when the going gets tough, we don't back away. But we step outside of the line of fire for a moment just to prioritize and to realign ourselves so that we can go into this tough situation being more prepared and being in a positive state of mind, and really reframing the challenge or the problem into a challenge network. So we look at it as challenges and not necessarily as problems or reasons why I cannot make this happen. We start looking at it from a realistic perspective, and we break it down into smaller chunks, which we are easily and more willing to do, because we will be rewarded much sooner if we break it down into smaller milestones. So yes, life is tough in general, and we'll get days that just feels like you can't get the day to end, and you cannot get your results that you want to. But keep faith, my friends, and remember this relaxation exercises, and just try and realign yourself and really get yourself into a space where you can make decisions and really well thought out decisions without feeling rushed to do something without thinking it through. Yes, some of us work in environments where we need to make quick decisions, but that's instincts that's generated inside of you. But we mustn't let those instincts rush us into decisions that we're not ready to make. So I want to encourage you just to think about this. And if you ever feel like you need to sharpen your thinking skills, or sharpen your relaxation skills, or you just want to learn how to handle stuff better, I want to encourage you, reach out to me. And let's do the coaching process together. Ideally, this is where areas which coaching can help you become a better version of yourself by unlocking this potential inside of yourself to become a better version of yourself. And problem management, time management, leadership skills, communication skills, these are stuff that I'm passionate about and stuff that I want to teach you more about so you can utilize them in your own lives. And I really, like I told you before, coaching is a passion of mine. I like doing it. I love seeing people develop, and I'm a big motivator when it comes to personal development. So if you're ready, please reach out to me. My website is renieuw.co.za. That is RENIEUW.co.za. You'll get my details there, and please come get into contact with me, and let's take the coaching journey together and see where it takes us. All right, everybody, have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you again soon.